There's been a lot of talk about the Texans' pass rush and what a vital role it'll play in today's game versus Kansas City. One thing you need to remember is that in the previous game versus the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes got rid of the ball as quick as he has all season. He had 19 pass attempts where he got rid of the ball in 2.5 seconds or less. He was 17 for 19 for 155 yards and a touchdown. That's 8.2 yards per attempt. They simply can't do that this week. And what the Chiefs did was, hey, they turned a weakness into a strength. Pat Mahomes was hobbled with a sprained ankle in that game. They got rid of the ball really quickly. And you compare that to the Chargers game where Justin Herbert was 4 for 8 with 2 interceptions in the short passing game. So the Texans did a great job versus Justin Herbert. What's the difference? One, okay, Pat Mahomes, no offense to Herbert stands, is a better quarterback than just about everybody in the last couple decades. And he also has speedier weapons who can get uncovered more quickly. But there are two big differences in this week's game that should give the Texans more success versus the quick passing game. One is that Azeez Al-Shaair, if he plays and if he's healthy, is the best linebacker they have in terms of picking up tendencies, recognizing when he might get a legal or semi-legal rub. In the last game, Azeez Al-Shaair wasn't out there. It was Henry To'oTo'o and Christian Harris. Whereas versus the Chargers, it was Azeez Al-Shaair and Henry To'oTo'o when they were in their nickel package. The line started off at about a touchdown in this game. It's moved all the way up to as much as 9.5 points. I think that's disrespectful to this Texans defense, and yet understandable, but I'm going to take the points. Over at BetUS, where you can get a 150% sign-up bonus with your first deposit, 125% bonuses on your second and third deposits, all the way up to $2,000. Just use the offer code YouTube150. The other huge difference is that the Chiefs game was when the Texans experimented with moving Kamari Lassiter down into the slot, which left Jeff Okudah on the outside. Since then, they've been having Miles Bryant play in the slot and keeping Kamari Lassiter out on the outside where he's comfortable and where he's got the vast majority of his time this season. So those two guys, even though they aren't the big name all-pro / Pro Bowl caliber players on the team, they are vital to limiting the quick passing game, which a lot of times for the Chiefs is a substitution for their actual run game. So it's not enough just to stop the run. You got to stop the quick passing game as well. The third big element in all of this is that when the coverage is good on the back end, when guys have stayed attached, when Travis Kelce hasn't serpentined his way into being open, you can't let Pat Mahomes run. Pat Mahomes, with his ankle sprain last time, still rushed the ball very effectively. The defensive line, and then again, going back to Azeez Al-Shaair, the linebackers got to get him on the ground and not get that easy yardage up the middle when you're so hyper-focused on staying attached in coverage. I think the rust factor with Pat Mahomes being out for 23 games before this game, I kind of hope that with a completely healthy Pat Mahomes, he wants to hold on to the ball a little bit longer and gets greedy for those deep strikes. Then the Texans pass rush can get home in the form of sacks. But a successful pass rush today doesn't necessarily have to look like a boatload of sacks. It's just a matter of making the quarterback uncomfortable, making him less efficient than 17 for 19. An errant screen, an errant throw over the middle goes a long way in terms of killing a drive over the course of a game.